right, welcome back everyone. This week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We are less than 30 days away from the opening day of deer season. So we're looking forward to that. Looky here. Speaking of flowers, that one on the left is Mike Flowers. That one on the right is Jim Flowers. They're holding up some salmon, silver salmon, that they recently caught as of last week, Frank, in Alaska. They were up in Alaska and caught that. Here's Jim Flowers again with two nice silver salmon right there. I did make sure that he brought them home. They're on their way back, so we're looking forward to having something with him. I had to throw this one in. How many of you have ever seen a hen turkey try to fight herself in a bumper of a truck? All the chrome, she saw her reflection. She just got all upset, Frank. She just wanted to fight that one turkey, which was her. Hey, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at Hugh at southernwoodsandwaters.com. We'll get them on here really, really fast for you. We appreciate all those that are being sent. I will give you a heads up. Next week on our show will be Dale Grandstaff. Dale Grandstaff from TWRA is coming on the show next week. He's going to talk to us about how to watch out for proper baited or proper fields for dove hunting, not baited ones. He's going to tell us how to tell the difference. And he's also going to help us out on small game and big game, some hunting secrets and tips that will help us out. He is with TWRA. He will be here next week. All right, so you don't want to miss that. Tonight I have with me Frank G. Frank G is the artist, and I showed you just a minute ago his rendition, and I'm sure that everybody has seen this. It's been in all the Tennessee hunting guides and fishing guides for as long as I remember, since 1999, I guess, and it was when he was commissioned to do it. But TWRA commissioned him to do it, and what a great job he did. Is one of the finer pieces of art for our natural resources, our ecosystem. So thank you, Frank, for doing that. We have talked a little bit about some of his stuff that he's doing, and he is a great artist in his own right. Talk to me a little bit. This is one of my faves.
Of course, you're a bass fisherman.
I'm a bass fisherman. I love this.
It's a watercolor of a largemouth bass that I caught out of O'Hickory.
It is
I
gorgeous.
do fish rubbings, which is called giotaka. And giotaka was how printing was actually started in China or Japan. Because way back when, before Christ was born, fishing was to eat that fish. If they caught a big fish, they wanted bragging rights, so they would ink their fish with black inks and rub with rice paper. It would record the size of the fish so they could eat it, and then no one in the world could ever accuse them of lying about the size of their catch. But that's a painting, whereas this is a rubbing of a female dolphin that I caught near Destin.
Now this is what we call fish rubbing. Tell us a little bit about how, and then you're going to show us here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But tell us, how is it done?
Well, you catch the fish, make sure it's dead because you don't want it to flop around.
Right.
Wipe off the slime.
Okay.
And then paint the fish with color, or you can use black inks and then go back and fill it with color later. But I'll demonstrate that.
Okay, okay.
Rub, and it prints every scale and detail, and it records the size of the fish. So if I said I caught this female dolphin, you know it was that size. I wasn't lying about the size of it.
Yeah. And
I do lie, though, but I didn't, you know.
Well, that's a typical fisherman for you there, right? We got to keep some standards. You can't just blow us all out of the water. All right, tell us a little bit about this one.
That is I think it's around a 5.5 pound rainbow. Try to weigh it, but an educated guess would say 5.5, maybe 6 pound rainbow. Caught fly fishing on the Caney Fork River. And my favorite fly is the woolly worm. That is my favorite fly. I catch more fish on a woolly booger than any other fly. And that big trout was caught on a woolly worm on the Caney Fork River.
Now, where's my big crappie picture?
It's right here.
Is it right here?
Right there.
Right here. All right. Because I can't see it, and I was wondering. I've got to tell you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is this a drawing?
That is a painting of my Oh, go ahead.
But this is a painting of your...
It's not a rubbing.
No, it's not a rubbing, because the crappie you actually caught was...
It weighed 3 3/4 pounds. And now that's not a lie. It's mounted on my wall. And I was crappie fishing. I was, I guess, around 30-something years old. And I ran out of tube jigs, so I had a plastic worm. So I cut the tail off of a plastic worm, put it on a jig head, and caught this 3 3/4 pound crappie. Do you believe that?
I do. You know, the motto of that story is never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. Just like Mike Iaconelli says, never give up. You know, and fishermen improvise.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that crappie was 20 inches in length, Hugh. It's a monster crappie.
3 3/4 pounds.
Right.
I have never caught any.
And I think that's the lake record, but I didn't report it, so I guess it didn't go on record. But it's on my wall. If
It's
anybody
on your
wants to come
wall, though.
visit
I
it,
can
yeah.
verify that. I've seen it. Now, of course, what about this one?
It's a little red snapper that I caught in Destin. And everywhere that I go, if I haven't caught that, you know, I'll keep a fish and put it in the freezer and use it over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In
Gorgeous.
fact, one of the bluegills I'm going to use tonight, I try to catch a fresh one because it's real raunchy. And you may have to hold your nose when I whip it out.
Well, that's okay. We can hold our nose. Now, is this a rubbing?
It is a rubbing of a largemouth caught on old hickory. Yeah.
Now, that is real close to the painting that you did. I mean, the rubbing is close.
Oh, you can tell a rubbing from a painting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, it's super close, though.
Well, the difference is a rubbing smells like fish after it's rubbed. So there is a scent about it.
Thank goodness for plastic on this.
No, these have aired out.
These have aired out for a while. Oh, me. Now, here's what you were talking about earlier, and this is just a group of big, huge bluegills. Now, you and I talked recently about Reelfoot Lake.
Right.
Is one of your favorite places.
It is.
But you actually like a lake in Mississippi.
Every Mother's Day weekend, I go to Tupelo, Mississippi to do an art show. One of the reasons I go there is those are great big bluegills that are in lakes and ponds down there. And the average bluegill is 12 to 14 inches, and they're thick too. And gosh, you know, when they're on bed, you can smell them. And I'll take my kayak and my 5-way fly rod with a little sponge spider and go to the end of coves and just murder them. I mean, they're just monster bluegills.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Don't you love it, ladies and gentlemen, that a fisherman has every month planned out where he needs to go catch some of these fish? I tell you what, honey, you are watching, right? What about this one right here, Frank?
It's a bonefish caught in Aruba last year. And bonefish are just wonderful on a fly rod because they're just pure mussels. That little fish just, I mean, it's an awesome fighter, just pure mussel.
Is there a comparison? If you were to compare freshwater versus saltwater, which one's stronger?
I would have to say saltwater.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They gotta be.
But really, you catch a river smallmouth pound for pound, and then because of the current they live, I mean, they're just great fighters.
They're mean.
Oh, they're wonderful. And smallmouth it's one of my favorite fish to catch, and especially from creeks and rivers, because I'm a river fisherman.
I love
creeks.
smallmouth fishing in creeks. Duck River is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world to go. But I also got to tell you, I love those red eye or rock bass. I love, pound for pound, they've got to be the most meanest thing that's ever was created. They have attitudes.
Well, I think I know I did. I caught the state record goggle eye or rock bass or black perch. It was 2.5 pounds.
Good.
I know, and it was caught on Lick Creek near Centerville.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I ate the darn thing. And
You ate it?
I ate it.
And didn't realize you had the state record.
No, and then I realized, I read later that the state record is 2 pounds, 6 ounces caught on the Duck River.
Yeah.
But I ate the darn thing. But I didn't want to eat my crappie. It's on the wall because no one would believe me.
I'll tell you what, this is awesome. Courtney, do we have time, a little bit more time now that we can start doing the fish rubbing? Okay. We are going to ask Frank G to help illustrate to us, Frank, what is fish rubbing? How's it done? And I know you're going to open that, so everybody go to that side.
No, it's funny, Hugh. When we lived in Nashville, I had this bluegill that was a monster bluegill, and I rubbed it for about 10 years. And when the UPS man would come and pick up my package to be shipped, he would just hold his nose and say, "You need to get rid of the thing." And I finally did. I had 12 cats, and I threw it out to the cats thinking they would eat it. They ran away. It stunk so bad.
And we got it here tonight.
Well, no, this is a different one.
This is a different one?
It's pretty smelly.
Thank goodness, Frank.
Yeah. I tried to catch a fresh fish, but I got hooked today.
Yeah, you got hooked today. He went to go actually catch us a fresh fish to do this, and he got a hook in his hand, in his finger, and had a little problem getting it out.
My wife got it out. She just jerked it out. Now I know what a fish feels like.
Now
Okay.
you know what a fish feels like. All right. Well, what we have here, now we have a bluegill.
We have a bluegill.
Okay.
Should I do the big one or the little one?
It doesn't matter to me,
All
brother.
right. Well, I'll not even open this because it stinks. Well, let's do the little one. And it's a fresh caught bluegill, okay?
Okay.
And I want to show, this is a T-shirt done that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
I want to show this. You're wearing one.
Yeah.
And you also may join our one. Those are super, super nice T-shirts. You can get them on your T-shirt of what you caught. That's
Right.
pretty amazing. That's really, really neat.
So here's a little bluegill that is freshly caught. It doesn't
Okay.
stink, okay? Well, I'll show you my big fish that's worn out, and you can get a laugh out of it.
Oh, he stinks a little bit, Frank.
No, he doesn't stink. He's fresh.
He doesn't stink like that one, but he's
goodness.
definitely a fish.
Let's see. All right. Now
Are you
this
gonna
is-
open it, Frank?
I'm going to open the show. This fish has been in the family for 50 years now. Not that long.
Whoa, wait a minute.
But wait.
We may have to postpone the recipe of the week.
No. No, this is a bluegill caught in Tupelo. And
In Tupelo.
is that,
Oh my
a nice
goodness.
bluegill?
Look at what a bluegill.
Oh, let's do that. Well, no, let's do this little
He
one.
doesn't smell that bad.
Well, you haven't. Wait a while.
I gotta go see my sinus doctor.
Okay.
All right. What's the first thing we need to do? Do we need to put it on a?
No, I have already killed the fish. Well,
Okay.
he's dead.
Okay.
And I wiped off the slime. And you want to keep the fish moist. You don't want to let it dry out. And I sort of posed it by putting things underneath the fins and stapling it.
Right.
So you can pose the fish.
Right.
So I'll do one in color and then one. Where's my brush?
I don't know.
Wait a sec. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I was fixing to say we're out of brushes.
No.
We can use Hope Hines number 4 brushes.
Well, I'm going to do one just black first, okay?
Hope will kill me.
No, let's do one in color.
All right, we're going to do one in this segment, and we'll do the other one in the next segment, okay?
Okay.
Because we got about 4.5 minutes
Okay, well,
left.
this is quick. We're going to do one just black.
Okay.
And the secret is you want to paint against the scale
Oh, okay.
because you want the inks.
Can I hold it up to where everybody can see?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to
You're
make
going
sure you
against the
cover.
scales.
Yeah. And you want to make sure you cover
Everything.
everything, okay? Now the first couple that I will print, it still has a little bit of slime in it, so
Right.
it won't print as good as, the more you print, the better it'll be. And then you rub with the handmade mulberry rice paper, and you can get this at your favorite art store, or you can make it. I used to make paper, but I hate it because it took away time from my fishing, because it's a tedious
It looks like it. Do you teach classes on how to do this?
In the winter, yes. I teach painting class.
You teach painting classes? Yeah. Do you have a website, Frank, that people can go to?
You can Google Frank G, and that comes up. Or it's www.frank in small letters, GEE, and no space between Frank and GEE.com. So
awesome.
Here we go.
Look here.
See?
That is great.
And then I'll go back and hand color it after dry, so you can do it. But in the next segment,
let me hold it right. Let me hold it to where people can really see it.
And see, the eyeballs don't print, and I go back and embellish it to make it look good.
But this is how, before Christ was even born, that
they didn't have mounting services back then.
No, there wasn't anything as a taxidermist around.
So they didn't want to be accused of lying. So they did fish rubbing, and
no, because they knew Jesus was coming.
Is what they used. Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what.
And that's why I said they smell like fish. You can, you know.
All you bass fishermen out there that say you catch all these monsters, we want to see some fish rubbings, because I want to see that they're telling the truth.
No.
And it can't be a taxidermied fish already. It has to be a fresh one.
Yes, it can't be dry. It's got to stay moist. And I'll use my fish over and over again. I'll throw a wet paper towel and freeze it in the freezer. So, you know,
You'll always have it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we're going to take a break. Visit some more of our fine sponsors. Give you a break to go get a cup of coffee or a glass of tea or something like that. Get your pen and pencil ready. You've got to come back. Take down his information. If you want to learn how to do this and not be accused of lying about what you're catching, you might want to give him a holler, okay? We'll be right back with more of Southern Woods and Waters.